Okay, so before we get started fully, have we got any skill points? We do, we've got 6. So let's just slow on them somewhere. Presumably they pick something up, although it never looks like it. I mean, maybe. That top thing's full. We're working our way through these. What are the new powers? Fuck knows, mate. Fight with increasing fury as death draws near. Your damage increases for your health. Food from bodies, unstoppable. Able sprint becomes unblockable and knocks enemies back out because of stamina. When at less than a third of health, hold heal for partial healing. So presumably, if you run out of rations, you can like bandage up. A power stroke. Some of these were in thingy. They like scheduled all the things. Rescheduled. That's not the right word. Reorganized. Because some of these were in the last update. Some of them are new. And then presumably those little miniature ones, which are the same as what we did have. Yeah, melee damage, stealth, all that sort of goodness. Intense rage. Ignore hit interruptions while performing your next offhand parry or special attack. I think I think I've had this for a while. Yeah, because I keep turning red, and basically you just become invincible for a bit. Spear damage. Yeah, that's all crap. Now pick up nearby loot with a quick flick of a wrist. Yeah, so if you just walk near bodies, I don't think you actually have to press a button. But also there's that one where, yeah, this one, Raven's loot, and the Raven picks up a lot of loot anyway. But this was in the old one. It doesn't really matter. I don't care about that at all. Vikings live for the fight, gain adrenaline as long as you remain in conflict. I mean, that's pretty strong, to be honest. Just, like, passive adrenaline gain from doing absolutely nothing. Always start a fight with an adrenaline slot build. We already had that. Fearless Sleeper, we already had that. Shieldmaster Eivor automatically rotates to block incoming attacks by holding up a shield. By holding up a shield. Right, I think you already have to have your shield up. But then it's just like aimbot shield. That was already in the thing you on. Press RT while sprinting to knock enemies back with powerful knee. Okay, kind of like a Spartan kick. Draw upon vitality at Idun. Passively regenerate recent health loss after a short delay. That seems strange, but okay. Okay, so this one and the other ignore hit interruptions work very well together. And it just means you just start not taking damage. Anyway, let's crack on with quests. Travel to Eperney. Yeah, wherever that place is. It's over here. We don't have a fast travel point, but let's go and get here. The quests are alright. The biggest new thing. Hang on, the thing stayed open. The biggest new thing is an old thing, which is the... I figured out the name for him before. Black box assassinations, I think is what they called them in Unity. Which is, you know, you have a target, how you kill him is up to you. And that was the best thing about Unity. And they had a bit of it in Syndicate, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I played. I really want to go back and play Syndicate like 100% and just roll, basically. The problem is the start of that game is so dull until you get the rope launcher, but then that's like 2/3 of the game in. But I don't know. I really liked that setup of Unity and Syndicate of like different clothing gives you different abilities and stuff like that. It was the pseudo RPG element, like, and then it just kind of went too far and made it an RPG, and now it's not fun. Because the map's like too big and too empty to enjoy. Yeah, they made a Witcher 3 level map and then didn't put anything in it. The next game is apparently going to be different, but the fact that it's gone through 3-4 different hands of management, and with all the allegations of sexual misconduct and the rest of it, it's, you know, it's a similar thing to how Blizzard's going. When a game is touched by many different management teams, it doesn't flow together. And that was the main problem with Valhalla as well. Different teams did different quests and different storylines, and that's why none of the quests sort of relate to each other, and there's no constant storyline or anything. It breaks a game. But that's what happens when you make a game too big. Nobody really wants these games. That was noble. Well, let me rephrase that. Nobody really wanted an AC game like this.
You sent for me. Said the Queen was in peril.
I did. Come with me.
Yeah, exactly. No clear outset. And with every AC game being different, different sub-companies and everything. That's not the right word.
Look at these workers.
But we're all done in like different locations and shit, aren't they?
The beauty of my
We've all
family
got a
vineyard
different
depends
image.
on them. The quality of the wine is their due. They are not beasts of burden. They take as much pride in these grapes as I do.
I'm not here to admire your vineyard.
No. But this is more than a vineyard. It is a vision of Francia. A vision that cannot exist under Charles. Ah, pluck the grapes right on time, Roland. Très bien. Dependable as always.
Merci, monsieur.
These grapes produce the wine that my vineyard is famous for.
I admit, there is an uncommon beauty to these lands.
Indeed. Come. I am slower than I once was. My physician says the wounds you have delivered should have taken me.
You chose to have that fight.
And you fought for your people and for your honor. I do not hold it against you. Any true leader would have done the same. We are more alike than we first appear, Eivor.
I'll wait till all this talking's over to carry on my thoughts.
I feared my message would not get past Siegfried's many axes.
Siegfried has left these lands. Those axes belong to Toka Simriksdottir now.
That should be cause for celebration. But I fear Toka is yet another devil in a mail shirt.
Toka has learned much from Siegfried. Some of what she has learned is how not to be.
I hope you are right.
Your message said Richardus was in peril. Is that really why you sent for me?
These men represent the growing rebellion against Charles the Fat. I now accept the bitter truth that I find more honor and courage in you, Eivor, a northern invader, than in my own king.
Honor is not bound by country or creed.
Indeed. And it seems Richardis also knows this. She and that bastard Bernard are more than mere pawns in Francia's future.
I gave Bernard to Charles as a bridge to an alliance.
Yes, well, the boy barely lasted a day with that betrayer before running back to Richardis.
Where is the Queen?
She's hiding in a tavern.
We made the right move then,
Guarded by
technically,
my
by
men.
handing the boy over.
But those men have not reported back in too long.
I will find Richardus. I'm duty-bound to return the aid she once gave me. And she is my friend.
There is one more thing. This rebellion will succeed. And when it does, my path to the throne will be well charted.
No, it'll
Your
be
true ambitions.
Bernard's.
I was a loyal servant to
Right.
Francia, to
That's
Charles,
right.
and to God. But Charles has been exposed. You want a Frankish king who will never march on England? I am that king.
If I kill Charles for you.
If you killed Charles for Francia, we would not forget.
I promise nothing. But I probably will kill him. So is it better just to say I'll kill him? You know?
You are an honorable man, Count Odo. If I have a chance to kill Charles, I will.
And in so doing, you will have sealed an alliance between the people of your clan and all the peoples of Francia.
First, I must seek out Richardis in Amiens.
Then go, Eivor the Wise. My prayers will ask the Lord to guide that blade of yours. We will overcome this evil, as we always have.
Problem is, once you remove one evil, another one just takes its place. That's kind of how the world works, especially in AC games. Anyway, I was saying about like different sub companies of Ubisoft and all having a different outset and stuff like that. And it's like how the MCU is and how they've literally like sat down and gone, right, this is what we want to do. This is essentially our rule set. They didn't do that for like all the First Civilization stuff in AC. And, you know, the ones who came before and all the rest of it. I feel like that really hurt the series. Because so many storylines were left unfinished. But, I don't know.
Show me.
It's, yeah. But I'm still that sucker who buys the AC game and plays it. Yeah, exactly, but the comics aren't even like Ubisoft's, really.
These men.
That's basically someone stepping in and going,
Tavern Keep. What
"You
happened
fucked
here?
up. Let's clear it up in a
I am not
comic."
sure it has gone. The monster. So much blood. Just hide.
Better to look around myself.
I can't see anything to interact with. Upstairs, perhaps. Okay. Silver hammer door.
Is this how the Queen escaped? Or the way enemies got to her? A monk.
Need a big
was he
shake up, but
doing here?
I feel
More
Pogba
of
wants to
those
say
men.
stop me when. Yeah, exactly.
They failed to safeguard the Queen.
Yeah, everyone is like,
A red
oh,
bobby.
we do games as a service now.
Odo's
Nobody
men.
fucking wants that. Nobody wants that.
A scroll. It has an odd marking. Could have been part of Bernard's studies. The Tavern Keep may know something about this scroll and its markings.
Yeah, everyone's just trying to make the next Fortnite.
There's a dead monk upstairs, and a scroll in a tongue I do not understand.
It's probably scripture written in Latin.
The boy prince reads Latin.
Bernard? Oh, yes, they were here. That monk was his teacher. He's from the church here in Amiens. I heard the Queen tell Bernard to go to the priests and nuns there when he is in trouble.
Then I will look in on this church, and hope to find the Queen there.
I don't know. I think if you're a games company and you're, well, not even a games company, if you're in the industry and you set out just to make money, you You are like not welcome, if you will. Like streamers who just try and become streamers to make money. It's not what the thing's about. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Let's see.
It's art at the end of the day. Or at least that's what it should be. And it's meant to be enjoyed. And not because you paid 60, 70 quid for it. It should be, you know, someone's work that is appreciated or something. I don't know. I'm just chatting shit now, but you know.
Bernard.
You're gonna freak out because I handed him over.
No! I won't go back to my father! Something is wrong with him!
Quiet, boy. I'm not going to take you to Charles. Not again.
But last time...
This is different. How did you escape?
I snuck through the villa wall where there's construction. I climbed. Then I found Richardis at the tavern. I did it all on my own.
Where is Richardis? Where is the Queen?
The monster. She left with him.
You mean the one who slaughtered so many at the tavern?
He said we'd be brought to father for something. A test. I was...
What kind of test?
He called it a trial. Yes, that is what he said. A trial by fire. At father's villa, here in Amiens.
He means to burn her alive. Go, Bernard. Go to your house in Lisseur. I will see to Richardis.
I can help. I know things. You do not have to hurt my father. He is just... he gets confused sometimes.
You must keep yourself safe, Bernard. The fate of Francia depends on your survival. It will be a grand task for you to sneak all the way down to the Seine alone. This is a hero's burden. Are you up for it?
I can do it.
Good. Now go. Keep going, and do not look back. I will see to Richardis.
Au revoir, Eivor.
Au revoir. Okay, it's literally like across the river. Can I get out of here in one piece? Whoop. You saw nothing. Guessing the bridge is gonna be guarded. So let's take a little boat. Let's spin her around. That's got a gate on it actually.
Locked.
Is what?
Maybe there's a way over the damaged section.
Damage section? There's a damage section? There's a key there. Stay still, friend. Okay, sim dealt with. Low on arrows. There was an arrow. There was a key around here. Did my raven pick it up? I think he might have. Yeah, that makes things a bit easier.
My feet ache. The renovations better be worth all these double shifts.
They won't be.
Balls.
That.
Oh, your tower could be a way in. Okay. I need to go this way, presumably. Fucking hell, how did you see me?
On trial by her own husband. The king, you mean?
I need to get rid of you. Okay. Yeah, it definitely added way more arrows in this part of the map. Like, well, this map, this region, compared to all the others. Oh, I see. Okay.
It appears that God himself is here to bear witness to this trial. May he show infinite mercy on the innocent.
And if one is guilty of lying, scheming, committing adultery, may his holy wrath punish your wicked soul.
I have nothing to fear from him. It is you, Charles, who must seek his forgiveness.
We will soon know who God has blessed with his favor.
How am I not going to be noticed here?
My guardian angel approaches.
That is no angel. Before my king.
How's he not dead?
Before God. It's time I send this diable back to hell where it belongs.
Alive. Stand aside, Bishop. Your God does not bring men back more than once.
For Engelwin. For Little Mother. For my brother Ebels. I will purge you from this place!
Out of my way, Bishop, or I will kill you again.
I'm sure we killed him. No, this is just a mini-boss. Someone's throwing fucking spears at me, that's not fair. Get out of this fight.
Thou hast delivered my soul from death, mine eyes from tears, and my feet from falling.
Fire moving.
Okay, press round one.
I think you want the pain. You like it. I want
Damn.
to send you to hell. Your wickedness is inhuman.
I am inhuman, actually.
You will suffer.
Okay, he's dead. Rain put the fire out. She's a witch. Burn her. Oh wait. Drown her. Was this too early for the whole like witch hunt thing? Perhaps it is. Anyone else would say she's a witch.
Why do you hunt us? The Bellatores will.
See that? They've done this whole Bellators and separate cult thing, but they're not adding them in as a cult in this one, which is strange.
Once again, he uses you. You radiate God's grace, Eivor.
You mistake grace for the flash of victory.
Poor Bishop Guzla. I will pray for his soul. He served the Lord the best way he knew how.
Charles and I need to talk. It may be the last time he talks to anyone.
No. He is a wounded man who was tortured as a child, burnt and burnt again. His whole life is fear. Fear of fire, fear of God, fear of disloyalty. He deserves mercy.
You can't be that scared of fire if you just set you on fire.
So that he may take the throne.
Would you kill a man for the crime of losing the battle for his soul?
Not a moment ago, he was to have you burned alive. What would you have me do?
Spare him. Subdue him somehow. I can take him to a remote cottage in the east, where he will receive priestly guidance. There,
I'll just chop off his legs, sure.
While I continue to prepare Bernard to succeed Charles. I assure you, he will grow up to be a ruler without ambitions for England. Spare Charles, and your people will be safe.
I can't win either
Charles
way.
has dishonored all of his allies and his people. I will not swear an oath to spare him.
This is folly, Eivor. Killing Charles will not assure the safety of your people.
If not, let it avenge all the Norse he has felled here in Francia.
Father,
there's no way of
bless these
winning.
men who stand humbly in your judgment.
This is madness.
Okay, so we made the right decision to kill him. It's clearly his split personality.
He slaughters his own servants. Madness. 2 keyholes. I should look around.
Save me, oh mother of God!
Could work on the door in the main hall.
When they schemed and lied, when they cheated and attacked, who was there for you? It was me.
I know it. I see clearly now. I should never have doubted you.
I was like, surely one of these walls has got to be destructible.
And now it's time for the little ones. All the little ones.
Against the stones. Against the stones, I know.
I need a second key.
Have I picked up 2 keys? So this way. Anything? Nothing? Cool.
It is madness! The servants did not...
That'll always be fun.
Interesting.
Interesting. Got a key of devils.
Maybe I should search the upper level.
Maybe I should search your Bible.
I hear you coming, my king! Please, stay back! I will burn you! I know your fear! I have fire!
I'm not him. I'm not the king. Gods.
Well, he's an idiot.
Christian holy book. No key inside. Strange. Another key. I should try these on the main hall door.
Okay. Nothing up there now. Okay. It's not here. So a lot of bloody reading to do.
This kingdom has riches beyond my wildest mushroom-capped dreams. The bedroom of the king and queen. Like it has never been touched. Could be Charles's wedding ring. Why is he not wearing it? I should try these keys on the main hall. This better work.
Yep. Simple enough so far.
She's the angel. The saint. The one who shimmers with the Lord's light. And so they were right about me. All of them were right.
I know.
We are what they say. It has always been us. Even as they seared me, I feigned to be purged of all demons. But I knew. No amount of burning would rid me of you. And burn me they did. Below the scarred flesh, you were still there. You are still here. You have always been here. I embrace you, demon.
Louder.
We are the demon. We are... I am not the only demon who lurks in these chambers. Ah! No one is allowed in here. Least of
all and nothing, heathen! I am not mortal.
Now is my chance.
Fool. I am not mortal, but you are! Die!
He seems to resist my attacks. I need him closer to the fire.
Okay.
Get hands at the fire! You killed the Bishop Goslan, Diable!
I killed him before. Maybe he will rise from the dead again.
Right. Another fire over here. Can you come this way, please? This has been like a ridiculously easy fight.
That was for Count Odo, who will rule this kingdom when you are dead.
I will crush these bits in an iron press for this!
Okay. Not helpful. Guess I'm just gonna have to relight the fires if he does put them out. I'm guessing he just did. Yeah.
You will bleed!
Really?
Stunned him, but too far from the braziers. He fears the fire for a reason.
Die, Diable!
Far away, I think.
It is burning me!
I need him closer to the fire.
That close enough?
Not fire!
Not in this room.
I will crush you!
Come on then.
We will devour you!
He fears the fire for a reason. This is where it ends, Charles.
Ha! I am too fast for such tricks!
So I need to.
Weaken him further.
Yeah.
Behind bars will kill you. I have a lot to think about.
It's getting him here.
Crush against the stones. Get away from here!
I could trap him in here to spare his life.
Oh, I don't really want to spare his life.
You cannot be in there!
Nobody here to stop me, Charles. I need him closer to the fire. He fears the fire for a reason.
Come on, come this way.
We will devour you! No! Not fire! Ah!
I'm just gonna slowly kill him by weakening him. Like, he doesn't have a stamina bar anymore.
That fire!
I need him closer to the fire.
Well, that arrow is just like sticking out of his head.
I need him closer to the fire.
It is burning me!
I need him closer to the fire. He feels
know where.
the fire for a reason.
Hell is coming!
I can't get him any closer to the fire. That's the problem. Now he's put the fire up.
No! That fire!
Come on. I can't get him much closer.
It is burning me!
Thank you. He's dead.
No! Oh, Charles! What have they done to you? What have I done to you? It did not have to be this way.
His death is payment for the many he has killed, and a mercy for those he was yet to.
Speak not of mercy while his blood is still warm. What you have done was driven by selfishness and anger, not mercy.
Charles was a threat to my clan. He was mad beyond reason.
And should your clan be a threat to one of your neighbors, I hope God grants them the wisdom you lack. Now leave us.
I don't know. He was mad. I think that's probably the right move, but you know. Nobody will see it that way. Well, Odo will. I guess we've got one ally.
Crowd. Something is happening.
Sounds like someone's dead. Everyone's crying.
Just know, Charles will never honor a bond with you Northerners. Unlike him, my word can be trusted.
Ha! You are no more than a wounded dog at my table looking for scraps.
How dare you? Wait. Eivor! Finally, we can talk sense. What of Richardis? Did you encounter Charles?
Richardis yet lives. Charles does not.
And when Francia's nobles back me to be their next king, you can count on a pact of friendship between us. Eivor the Wise. That makes today a day for celebration!
Skull!
Skull!
Santé! It has been curious to know you, Eivor. You are as enigmatic as any northerner I have met. Here's hoping there are more like you. I must go now and attend the throne. I wish you a safe journey back to England.
Your greatest challenges lie before you, Count Odo. I hope you have the strength.
As do I.
Is it wise to put our trust in him?
Probably not.
You can bargain with him, Toka. I know it will be strange to ally with someone Siegfried hated so, but he will keep to his word, and...
I know. Leaders drink the wine and so on.
You were listening.
I have much to consider.
Why is Pierre just like teleport?
Stay true to your honor and bring glory to your people. If you do that, you cannot fail.
I will send word should the Franks grow an appetite for England again.
To your relations with Odo, consider returning to him the lands that Charles pledged to Siegfried.
No. Those lands are compensation for the hardship he has caused us. Odo kept Paris. That is enough.
You sound more Jarl-like all the time. And now I must think of my own people, whom I have been away from for too long.
Before you go, have this. It was my father, Sinrik's, the second best leader and teacher I have known.
It has been my honor.
I hope to lead as well as you do, Eivor. If ever you hunger for more Frankish cheese, I will be happy to share.
Farewell, Toga.
Much sheep plotting. Hogs. Not awful. Is what I'll say. Not awful. New quest homecoming. Turn to Ravenswap. I guess, is this still part of the thing? I mean, we'll return home, see if anything gets said. The quest still says it's there, though. Well, why is that? Oh, because of that one, maybe? Let's go home, anyway. I believe it is, but I thought they were splitting Siege of Paris into part 1 and part 2, but I don't think they did in the end. I mean, if it is the last DLC, it kind of makes sense, because I'm guessing they planned for a October release for the next one, but they delayed it a year, didn't they? Apparently.
Eivor!
I forgot we were lovers.
It will be many winters before Frankish troops land on the English shore.
My spies say Paris fell.
It did. But the situation is thornier than that.
In what way?
I killed the Mad King.
He definitely got a new voice actor.
Odo, the Count of Paris, means to take the throne.
Is that good for us?
Time will tell. But Odo is an honorable man, and he has a kingdom to rebuild.
That is comforting.
We also have a hardy ally in Toka Sindriksdottir.
She is young.
And a quick study. She will do right by us.
Perhaps they need not know the danger we face.
We came home with bounty, glory, and some Frankish foods. I can ask the raiders to keep their tails to that.
They will say everything, and then some.
Afraid so. New strength comes to weathered halls. Now I can rest.
Where are we? There's ducks. Participate in the war effort. Oh, that's yeah. That's part of the event. Not bothered about that. Here's all I'll go. Right, Siege of Paris smashed out. Obviously there is all the side stuff in that, but I'll do that all off camera. It's not going to be very interesting, is it? So, thank you all very much for watching the Siege of Paris, folks. I believe it's the last DLC, which means we're pretty much wrapped up AC Valhalla. I'll see you whenever the next one drops. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.